What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy, and having a great weekend so far. It is time now for the Sunday edition of the Virus Update for Sunday, June 8th, 2025. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick. So subscribe down below to stay informed about what is circulating around the world and, who knows, maybe in your area. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Share this video with anyone you know. Help me reach 10,000 plus subscribers. Hit that notification bell. And of course, if something triggers a thought, leave a comment down below. Already, we actually have several things to go over today, including we do have sports news. You know, when you watch the news on TV, you often get a longer sports report. We're getting that here today as well. And we also do have wastewater, which includes international wastewater data. Starting off with this, former MMA standing for Mixed Martial Arts, correct me if I'm wrong, former MMA star Ben Askren in the hospital with a severe illness. What's this illness, might you ask? Well, he is dealing with a severe case of pneumonia, his wife posted to social media on Saturday, and we've been seeing this a lot. Pneumonia is something that has been a real issue around the world and in the United States. We've seen other sports players deal with pneumonia. Unfortunately, I have a card right here. Yes, I had a relative about, I guess it's been over a month now, back when the Masters golf tournament was playing. I had a relative, an aunt, a great aunt, that passed away of pneumonia this year. So, yeah, pneumonia is a real issue. Sometimes it can come post-COVID. Sometimes it can come other ways as well. Yeah, pneumonia. It's problematic. All right, moving on to this. Something else that's problematic around the world. COVID. And COVID is starting to hit the sports world. Remember I said I need to get the ball rolling on updating my archive on my site of the COVID positives because more are going to be coming in. Well, we do have another one that came in today. Neymar Jr., who is a forward player for Brazil's football team, soccer, they call it football over there, tested positive for COVID and is currently undergoing treatment, his club Santos said in a statement on Saturday. So yes, COVID is hitting sports once again, and so is pneumonia. All right, moving on. We showed this yesterday, but there's an important point or a number that I left out yesterday. Maybe I didn't see it, maybe I missed it. I don't know. West Sacramento resident, this is in California now, diagnosed with measles. This brings the total in California to 13 cases. Why is 13 cases so important? Why am I showing this to you again? Well, I'm going to show you why I'm showing this to you again. California is a very populated state. They're also perhaps maybe a more vaccinated state for measles. They only have 13 cases that we know of in California. Texas, which did not have any new cases on Friday, has 742 cases. Texas is also a very populated state. It's a more spread out state, or in the sense that there are some areas where there's not big population density, but again, 13 cases in California, 742 in Texas. You see something wrong there? Maybe Texas people can, or Texas health authorities can take some lessons from California. I don't know. It's also, you got the vaccination. You know, there's the border there. We're not going to go there, but just the point I'm trying to make is both high population states, and one's doing much better than the other. All right. Second South Dakota measles case has popped up in Rapid City. 1 + 1 = 2. I hope we don't turn into another North Dakota. Yeah, that wouldn't be very good, but looks like even a Sam's Club is in the possible exposures list. Yeah, that's not good. A medical clinic, Sam's Club being a place that could get crowded. So, yeah, that's not good. There'll be a post today with all of the news stories that I used to say. We do have a few more coming up. Guam reports increases in flu and COVID cases. And as far as I can see, this story was posted today. And why am I saying that? Because when we take a look at the data here, this data does go back into May. Doctors and healthcare professionals on Guam reported an increase in influenza or flu and COVID cases over the past 2 weeks, although it's saying here from May 18th to May 31st, GMH recorded 28 cases of pneumonia. There's that pneumonia again. 78 cases of acute respiratory illness, and 36 cases of influenza-like illness. So, yeah, cases are rising there, and COVID is also rising there as well. Usually 4 to 6 daily, or about 20% of patients seen in my office are sick with respiratory infections. Yikes, that is not good. Cases starting to rise. And remember, this is not a highly populated area, it's a smaller area. So the fact to see that many pneumonia cases, I'm concerned about pneumonia lately because bits and pieces, things have been popping up. Alrighty, moving on to this from Mike Honey. Here's the latest SARS-CoV-2 variant picture for Japan to mid-May. And it looks like the NB.1.8.1 Nimbus, as they're calling it, is 33% of the cases during May. And he's saying it now may be dominant over the XEC variant. Staying international, we do have more international things. I found this. Somehow through the WHO, World Health Organization. Yeah, take a look at all these different places we can look at for wastewater. Now, we're going to look at 2 of them. A lot of them are also in different languages. A couple of them did not load. Here's the 2 that I just found this morning real quickly. So, we're going to start off, I believe this is Germany. Let's see here. Yeah, this is Germany. It looks like German. And we can see here for COVID in Germany. Looks like there is a slight increase in German wastewater in COVID for there. So it is starting to increase slightly. That's something we're going to keep an eye on. I guess we can take a look at the flu too. Haven't clicked on that. Flu there, ever so slight increase. How about RSV? RSV at this time is trending downward. Hey, that's something that they just started tracking in wastewater back in 2024. I wish the UK as a whole, now we're talking about a different country now. I wish the UK as a whole would track wastewater. I don't think they do anymore. But hey, Ireland does, and take a look at this. Now, as you know, in most dashboards, anything in red or orange, that's usually pretty bad, and we do have some up arrows here. And up arrows mean increase by 10% or more. So Ireland, looks like you're having an increase here. Definitely. There's some oranges, even some reds showing up. Yeah, it does look like COVID in Ireland at this time is starting to increase. That's not good. If I have any followers from Ireland, if I have any followers from Germany, let me know down below. I know we have Italy, Australia. When I look at the analytics, YouTube, I see we have a lot of people that watch from Australia. Fantastic. Maybe it's because we include Australia reports. I don't know. I'm trying to include more places around the world and not just 100% United States. I mean, we get people from all around the world watching. All right, we have to take a look at this. Back to the United States now. Wastewater scans weekly update. I don't think we're going to take a look at everything here, just some of this. Respiratory weekly update for SARS-CoV-2 is in the high category in the United States. All other respiratory viruses they monitor is at this time in the low category. And we can see here that COVID, they are saying it is now on an upward trend over the last 3 weeks. So that, my friends, is not good. My website, datareport.info. What's on my website, might you ask? You can find out some news stories. It's basically just an archive of links to news stories and some other things. You can find out what I use on my latest virus update. So if you saw something today, I wish Data Report would have read that full story. Well, chances are I will do a post later in the day with links to the news stories I use. We also do something that is very important to me. I think this is super important. It's kind of like a medical library of COVID. And we have links to various different studies of, heart problems, lungs, diabetes, on and on, like a loss of taste and smell, kids, COVID transmission variants, studies that show masking works. Yes, you can go to that archive as well. Then we also have the COVID positive archive, which that will never be completed. Trust me, it's just never going to be completed between not knowing some celebrities who's had COVID and all the ones that are out there. I mean, I add to it from time to time, but it's never going to get complete, and I'm way behind right now. All right, moving on. Datareport.info is my website. I have to show you air qualities from central Canada to the Great Lakes to the Northeast. Really bad air qualities. Remember a few years ago, back when the channel was a lot smaller, we had this wildfire smoke issue. Yeah, it's bothering us once again. It's making the air quality sensors show up bad in the north. Look at this. And you can see there are wildfires in Alberta, Canada. And that smoke has made its way into the U.S. This is going to be a problem for several weeks. I've been following the weather patterns. The jet stream is going to be favorable for this to come into the United States. I'll tell you what, last night here, I had to look at this. It wasn't coming up bad, but man, if you went outside here last night, the smoke, you could just smell it. I could smell it, and I had to look. Was there a local fire? Didn't see anything for last night. There was earlier in the day, but yeah, please, if you're going into these areas that have bad wildfire smoke, you can see there's a cutoff here right where I live. Just to my north, New England. Great Lakes, please be very careful in these areas. Wastewater activity level in Canada. COVID-19 is moderate, flu A is low, flu B is low, RSV is low at this time. Taking a look at what's going on in Pinellas County, Florida. Thankfully, less sick calls. All day yesterday, they were loaded with sick calls, which is really bad. All right, taking a look at Philadelphia. 817 EMS incidents reported yesterday. There was this fire somewhere in the city. Don't know where that was at. Maybe that's what I was smelling. Because again, the local air quality sensors, I can go back here, were not bad last. They're about the same as to what they were last night. So I don't really understand why I was smelling such smoke so easily, but not seeing it on the air quality meters. All right, moving on. Live look in right now. It is 10:30 in the morning, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. We can see here, there's quite a few calls. Yeah, 14 calls. That's busy for a Sunday morning. Hopefully Chester County is less busy. We'll see here. Cardiac arrest at the moment is showing up. Heart problems, respiratory difficulty in West Whiteland Township, Pennsylvania. That's not good. Hospitals in Pennsylvania. Not terribly concerned about that this weekend. Not doing too bad, but we are seeing, what is this here? Behavioral health diversion at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Pocono. I've not seen them having a problem in a while. Taking a look at what's going on in New Jersey, and we can see here in New Jersey today, everything is pretty much normal. Cooper University Hospital has a psychiatric issue, and I'm not seeing anything show up for divert status today. So that is good, my friends. All right, we have to go to New York State, and usually I would have this loaded up here. I actually have to load it up now. So while we are getting this, let's pause and take that hydration break, shall we? While we wait for the New York State COVID wastewater to come up. Water is the drink of choice today. All right, very important to keep ourselves hydrated. And take a look at this. A lot of things coming up in gray. But we can see a couple things here. One, we do see here parts of western New York. A lot of red showing up here. What does red mean? That means high levels of COVID and wastewater being detected. We also see some orange and, yes, one red site on Long Island. Still low along that Interstate 87 corridor, the north-south New York State Thruway, but also a lot of gray showing up there. Gray means it's not updating. We need these to update because we're coming into that summer wave. Not good whatsoever. All right, moving on. We do see epidemic trends here where things are growing in Florida, growing in New Mexico, likely growing in Maryland, likely growing in California and Hawaii for COVID at this time. So I suggest that we should take a look at what is going on in these states when it comes to COVID. First off, on the national level, the various different regions, the only region that was dropping still was the Midwest region of the United States. Everything else is rising. All right, let's go to individual states now, and we'll click on this. First off, it's going to show us Alabama. Alabama is still very low, but you do see here, there are a few wastewater sites that are running pretty high at this time. So let's go to Florida first, and when we take a look at Florida, Florida is still listed low for COVID at this time. We can also take a look at what's going on in Orange County, Florida. And I need to refresh this. It should come up. Yeah, wow. Take a look at this. Eastern Orange County, rapidly increasing for COVID now. South Orange County is still increasing. Norovirus, also in Eastern Orange County, Florida. That went up as well. Yikes. Eastern Orange County. That's not a place you want to be right now. I believe that's this area right here. Yeah, you don't want to be in that area at the moment. All right. Where else do we have to take a look at? Let's go back. We also need to take a look at Maryland. Let's do that. And in Maryland, we do see COVID in wastewater is also very low. And you know what? I forgot to show you this for Florida. That's okay. We can see it's very low, and it's not really, is it increasing at all? Let's change it to state level. No, it's not really increasing just yet. Very minimal, if anything. Taking a look now at New Mexico, since N should be coming up here. Let's see, New Mexico. There's New Jersey. Here it is. New Mexico at this time is still very low, so that is good to report. We also want to take a look at Hawaii and California. So let's do Hawaii next. And Hawaii at this time, you're going to see a rise there. Yeah, Hawaii is continuing to rise. And look at that. They're already up to moderate. And I think that's just going to continue to run at this point. Taking a look now at California. That's where we want to go next. So California, let's see what COVID's doing there in wastewater. And in California, we do see things are low, but you do see some darker colors. So there are some moderate, high, and even some very high wastewater sites, and they're not far off from moderate at this point. They're going to hit moderate probably within the next few weeks, so things are definitely increasing there. All right, I've been getting some questions. Why don't I do more of Washington? Why don't I do more of Oregon? Well, let's show you Washington and Oregon. Sometimes it's just a data issue, and you're going to see here. Let's go down to Oregon first. You're going to see here, when I go here, there's, okay, today it is updated. Sometimes it comes completely grayed out. Oregon is now listed in the moderate category. I was going to show you Oregon's wastewater, but this is updated today, so this is fantastic. The moderate, but yeah, take a look at that. Some high and very high places. Ooh, and it's starting to rise rather quickly in Oregon at this point. That, my friends, is not good. Let's go up to Washington State, shall we? Let's see what's going on there. A lot of gray here at this time, so I don't know how accurate this is. Again, that's the problem. There are some states that just don't have much in the way of data, and that really drives me nuts. We can show you Snohomish here, Washington. I think at this point we do pronounce that correct now. Snohomish is coming up high for COVID at wastewater scan. You can see here, it is increasing at this point. So that, my friends, is not a good thing. We'll come back to wastewater scan in a moment. Let's go to Chicago if we can. What's going on here? Come on, Chicago. I can go to Chicago wastewater, and we're just going to take a look at COVID. And we can see here, COVID, you know what? It does look like it's still dropping a little bit at this time. And when we go back to the full overview, it is coming up with minimal for emergency department visits. Positivity rate is 1.6%. Also minimal for COVID activity in wastewater at this time. So that is good news. I would show you Philadelphia, my city, but that, my friends, has not updated. All right, let's do 2 more wastewater sites in the United States. How about we go somewhere? How about we go down to Harrison, Arkansas? Why am I seeing this listed high? Whoa, what is going on here? How many updates is this? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 updates. That may get corrected. But the point here is they are seeing a big increase for COVID. Should this be correct, you want to take this serious. So high for COVID there. Norovirus is medium, but that is dropping at this time. Everything else is doing okay at this time. You know what? Let's do a few more. Let's not just do one more. Let's do a few more wastewater sites, shall we? Let's go revisit what's going on in Maine. Remember, Maine was starting to rise? Yeah, Portland, Maine, medium for COVID. That's starting to rise as well. And, of course, we go up to Lewiston, Maine. Concerned about this wastewater site. About 20 minutes, we'll say 30 minutes southwest of there. I'm going there to a relative summer place, so yeah, in July. More on that. You'll learn about that down the line. Don't worry, we're not disappearing. Updates will continue while I'm visiting relatives. Take a look at this. COVID is now listed high there, and yeah, that's really starting to increase. And you get to these areas. See, I'm going, we'll just say right about here. A lot of places, these camps that are on these lakes, lake houses, camps, whatever you want to call them, are not connected to sewer systems. So we don't know what's going on in this area. We're in the dark in those areas. Even if they had wastewater treatment facility down here, it's not going to show septic tanks. And that's not just a problem in Maine. It's a problem in many places in rural America. Let's randomly go somewhere else. How about Atlanta? What's going on in Roswell, Georgia? And we can see here, COVID is listed at medium. It's just slowly rising at this point. Let's go back out to the west again. You know what? Let's check California. How about Dallas, Texas? What's going on there? Everything looks to be low. High for HMPV. I don't know why. That's a really low value. Hepatitis has some detections. Let's go one more place. How about we go to... Now, you know what? We can't show you Arizona on here. We can show you Arizona through, this here. Let's go down to, this is the CDC wastewater page. And we can see here Arizona, for the most part, is still coming up low at this time. But what I wanted to do was go back to here, state by state. And let's go to Arizona. Hopefully we will not see them rising. Moderate at this time. Yikes. Yeah, oh wow. Arizona's back to moderate. Yes, they're starting to rise quicker. Will they drop again like last time, or will they just keep going? I don't know. Only time will tell. Alrighty, folks. That does it for today's virus update. We'll have another update again tomorrow. If you enjoyed today's update, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And, of course, leave your comments down below. Hey, go out there. Tell people. Did you know that there's someone that actually does daily videos on all the viruses making us sick? Check it out, that data report over on YouTube. Alrighty, I will see everyone again tomorrow. Until I see you again tomorrow, stay safe, everyone, and have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching.